one thing I forgot to explain is what happens to events when you create them. Okay, so when you create an event in the editor, in here you have category information, you have flow information, and you have an event name. You also have a map trigger. These informations are used. This information is used to actually. Oops. Sorry about that. This information is actually used to place these event files and these event sequences in actual data files. This is something similar to what RPG Maker does as well. I learned about that through a how to make RPG book where they go in depth on how to actually save event flows to an actual data file. The only thing I don't do in these files is add AES encryption, which I have the ability to do, but for modification purposes and for just people that wants to get in and learn stuff and how things are put together, I just left it unencrypted. At some point, I do want to add the ability to encrypt these files. And what it'll look like is pretty much, you'll see this here, but it'll look like an amalgamation of characters and symbols with probably equals at the end. But encrypted, it will look something like this, and unencrypted, it will look like this. But that's for, in case you want to remove the ability for anyone to be able to modify anything about your game. Anything about an event is pretty much saved inside of this event stack. This event in general is placed in the file based on like this information. So you have 0001, which means this is just a general event. This will be a category, and this will be something else that I can't remember right now. I think this might be the category, and this is the actual unique event ID. Let me see. Okay, there we go. So you probably have the flow and the event category, and then you have the actual event ID. And I closed the wrong thing. And in general, that's how that is set up. So once you actually create an event, that's where your events are stored. So if you just delete that by accident, it's probably going to mess up something in your settings. I'm trying to find the folder that I just had open. There we go. All right, so these are just the different level of events. So I'm trying to see if I can find the cutscene one, which should be a little bit further down. That's just a move here location tracker. Let me see if I can just drop these over in here. These are just general ones. That's the save points. That's cutscene end. That's an end with the sleep now effect. A weapon store. I might be on the wrong flow. Okay, hold on. Alright, this should be the second flow. There we go. Alright, so here we go with the test sequence. So all the data and information about a sequence is stored in here. And I think this may be part of the branching, because we have the sequence, we have the dialogue, we have the option to jump down, we have the other flows for doing one thing or another. But in general, all of that is saved into this file with different delimiters to be able to bring the information back into the system. If you wanted to know how it's more broken down and loaded into the system, you can look inside of the event object that I have in C++. But in general, that is how events are saved out. That's how they're stored. And in general, just make sure that this folder is not deleted. When you actually export your game, this and the actual source database is what's exported with it in this path. So you just have to make sure that you have this path inside of your export, your dependencies section for your publishing settings to be able to bring in to be able to bring up whatever you need to bring into your published project. Thank you.